Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Mariah and I hope you're all having a great day. Today I wanted to do something new. Last week I unboxed this Kotart. I'm sorry I don't remember the name of the canvas, but I unboxed the Kotart. I did not unbox this, but this is called So. It's a question game. And then some dice. So I was thinking, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I was thinking that I wanted to do something that would make WIPs fun, at least for me, because I do kind of struggle with the WIPs. And so I came up with this idea and I thought I'd make a game out of it. So I picked this canvas on Amazon from Kotart. Got a lot of color blocking on it. It wasn't very expensive, and so the idea, what I'm thinking, and again, this is, you know, the test run. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna open the deck of cards, and there's questions in here. I was just looking at samples, so some of them are kind of, you know, a little risky questions. So I figured if I come across a card and I refuse to answer, or I want to pass the question, I'm then going to roll the dice, and whatever color, wherever I'm at. So tonight, I'm going to be starting this canvas tonight, and I'm only going to work on it when I do these WIPs. So I'm going to call this WIP So. So I'll probably start, I'm going to start up in this left-hand corner like I normally do. But say that I'm on the white, I come across the question, I'm gonna roll the dice. Now I think my dice go up to 20 and there's 26 colors here, so I gotta figure something out. But the idea is to roll the dice and it will tell me whatever number, say that lands on 14, then I'm gonna have to pick the symbol A, then I'll roll how many I have to put down. And so say I rolled 14 and a 5. Then I would have to pick the symbol A in whatever area I'm working in at the time. I gotta stop what I'm doing and put down the symbol and the number of drills. So the goal is to get through the whole canvas without having to do that. But I figured this would be a fun way to get to know me. Again, I could be wrong, guys. We'll see. We'll see. So let's get started. Move my candle out of the way. I like to have candles when I do WIPs. It makes me feel calm, not so nervous. So let's pull back the canvas. I mean the plastic. Okay. We're gonna open up this thing of cards. Hope everybody's having a great day. My goal is to record these on Tuesday nights and then upload them on Wednesday. So this is what the back of the thing says here, the deck. So it's got 52 questions. So we'll see. We'll see. And then every time I answer a card, I'm going to pull that out and put it off to the side so I don't get a repeat. So hopefully this will be fun. I don't know. While I'm opening this, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of my subscribers, new and old. You guys were coming up to 200 already. If you're new to my channel, I like to do giveaways. I did when I hit my first 50 subscribers, I did a giveaway, and then I did 5 in December. I did one for every week in December. So now it looks like I'm gonna be doing one for my 200 soon too. So if you haven't already, think about subscribing. Okay, so I'm not gonna shuffle these. I don't feel the need because it's a brand new pack, but I do want to pull out my dice. And I'll link these things down below. Okay, so I might have to lower you. We'll see. Okay, so this one, this dice goes all the way up to 20, I believe. So this is going to be the dice that I'll do the color. And then this one goes all the way up to, see, 12. This goes, okay, so this dice is going to go up to 12. So the two octagon or hexagon or whatever shape ones are this bag. So put this off to the side. Okay. So the big one is going to go up to 20. The little one will go up to 12. So this will be the drill, the whatever color and symbol. This will be how many. So we're just going to put that off to the side. Okay. Let me just get my stuff out real quick, guys. Okay. All right. And this is what the Harbor Freights look like from when I did a quick kit up tutorial the other day. Except for I was telling you guys to put the sticker, well, I was showing you how to put the sticker on the top right here. But with these Harbor Freights, you actually want to put them in the front so that you can look at them like this. So this is all the colors here. And we're going to start with symbol. Let's start with T and work on this white right here. And again, this is the canvas. So looking for T. Here it is. Put that off to the side. I should have had one of my paper strips right there. I hope it doesn't get ruined. Okay, I'm using my red pen from Amazon, my ruby red. All right, I think we're ready. I'm also using my Muni Made tray. Oh, you guys, love this tray so far. Love this tray. Okay. Right, and this is the symbol. I know that the lid's kind of blocking it, but it is T. Let's check them out real quick. Okay, so we got our drills, we got our dice, we got our cards. I got all my stuff right here. All right, so first card. Actually, let me bring you down just a little bit. Okay. What is this? Oh, this is ways to play. I don't care how to play. I'm making up my own game. Okay, there's principles. We don't need principles. There's a thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so the first one is write your own question above. Let me think of one. Favorite question. Okay. What type of employment am I in? I am currently in the travel industry. That's what I do for work. I answered that question. Next one. In what ways are you privileged? Oh man. Oh. God, I hope these aren't tricky. Let me move this down. I'm privileged in lots of ways. I don't know how to answer that correctly without sounding bad, but I guess it's the simple things like, well, shoot, I don't know. Oh my god, you guys, I can't think. I shouldn't have did this idea because now I feel on the spot and I can't think. Privileged. I'm trying to think of like what the meaning of privileged means, and I don't want to get that wrong, and that's what's making me nervous right now. I'm sure it's something simple, but because I'm overthinking right now, I'm making it more difficult than what it needs to be. But I guess maybe this is one. I'm privileged to be able to work from home right now. Is that one? Right? I would think that's one. It's just one that I'm thinking of off the top of my head because, like I said, I'm making myself nervous. I'm overthinking this question. It's simple, but I'm overthinking. So I feel like I answered the question. In what ways are you privileged? I just gave one example of being able to work from home, which is a crappy example, I'm sure, but it's all that I can think of. Next question. What's one weird belief you used to have when you were a kid? Weird belief. Oh, well, one thing my mom used to tell us, I'm one of 3 girls. I'm the oldest. I have 2 younger sisters. And when we were growing up, my mom used to tell us that if we drank buttermilk and ate bread crust, we'd have big boobs. And it worked for me. I have big boobs, but my sisters have no boobs. So, and obviously that's not true, but that's something that I believed growing up because my mom used to tell us all the time. All right, next card. What is one underrated quality you find attractive in a person? Underrated quality. Let me think. These are thinking questions. I have glue dots in my pen and multiplacer. And I don't know if the glue dots are too strong or this. I mean, the canvas feels alright, but do not want to stick. Underrated. Why can't I think of what underrated means? You guys, I'm making this way difficult for myself. There's no reason for this. No reason. Underrated. An attractive person. Maybe their personality? Right? What is one underrated quality you find in an attractive person? You guys, feel free to answer these at home. You're probably laughing at me because I don't even know what these questions mean, which is really, really sad. I didn't think about that. I wasn't sure. Like I said, you don't know what all these questions are until you open the box. So, I don't know, I guess everybody looks, if it's an attractive person, you're looking at the outside. So maybe somebody's not looking at their personality, right? That's my final answer because that's all that I can think of. Next card. If you could be born in another era in history, Which would you choose? Ooh. Oh man, these are the questions to make you feel stupid. Another era. I don't know. What is the... maybe Victorian? They wore all the corsets and... I don't know. I just know like there's periods of time that the guys weren't so good, so I don't want to go back to that period of time. If I had to pick one, maybe Victorian. I think that would be cool. Is that even an era? Oh, you guys, what am I doing to myself? Oh, jeez. I wish I had someone here to tell me if I was right or wrong. So I'm just going to assume that I'm right with these things. You guys feel free to leave comments down below and let me know how wrong I am. All right, the next one. Do you believe chemistry is inherent, or is it something you can develop over time? Again, with the big words, inherent, I don't know what that means. I'm going to assume if they're talking about if you're in a relationship with somebody, or even a friend, that I'm not sure what inherent means. Maybe it means like instant, but I do believe that you can feel chemistry between somebody, whether it's a friend or anybody, even a stranger. I believe that you can feel chemistry right away. I don't think that it's something over, well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think that people can build chemistry, so maybe it's both, but for me, it's pretty instant. Okay, I don't know what's happening with these multi-placers here. Okay. It's the middle just doesn't want to, I'm going to have to poke at it. When it starts getting ugly is when it starts working really good. Sometimes if you just shuffle the glue around a little bit, it reactivates it. Okay. So I answered that question. Okay. Moving on. What's a common trait shared by everyone you've dated? Oh man. Probably the bad boy type. I just kind of liked the bad boy. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to date a bad boy. I like the bad boy look. When we were younger, we'd watch like America's Most Wanted and stuff. And I would always tell my mom, he's cute, like a lot of the fugitives. And she was like, Mariah, I worry about you. She's like, I really worry about you. So I'm just attracted to the look. I don't want to date, I don't need the stress. Like I don't really want to date a bad boy, but I do like the bad boy look. Okay. Moving on, let's do another card. When did you first learn about race, and how did that change the way you saw people? I couldn't tell you. I mean, I'm 45 years old, and I don't think that there was a time that I actually learned about a race. My mom was very open-minded and was all about not being racial, and so I just grew up that way. I think when I was younger, I went to Vietnamese daycare, so I mean, I can't, like, I don't have a certain time that I can remember that, you know, that's kind of a weird question. Maybe that would be a better question for someone that's more sheltered, maybe, or that was sheltered. But I definitely wasn't sheltered. And, you know, very open. My family is blended, and I don't know. I can't answer that one really, because, I mean, not that I don't have an answer, it's just that there's not a time that sticks with me, because it was never a thing. I don't know how else to explain it. All right, another one. When was the last time someone saw you cry? Oh man. Probably my husband, like within the last couple of days. I cried at everything. Not like boohoo baby cry, but commercials sometimes get me. TV shows get me. Movies will get me. I'll see something on Facebook. Just, I guess I'm very emotional and sensitive, which I heard crying is good. It's a good stress reliever. And I don't carry very much stress, but I do cry easy. Not like a baby cry, but just sentimental. I don't know how to explain it. One time when my kids were little, I took them to Wreck-It Ralph. This is an example. Took my kids to Wreck-It Ralph back in the day when it was in the movie theater. And I cried a few times on Wreck-It Ralph. Like one time when he beat up her car and she was all upset. I got upset, I cried. There was a few parts. Oh, when he launched himself into the, I'm drinking some coffee. When he launched himself into the, what were those things? Mentos. That made me cry. Simple stuff like that. All right, let's do another one. What's something about your life now that you would miss when you're 80? Oh man. First off, I hope I make it to 80. Probably moments like this, just crafting or staying up late. Probably crafting because, to be honest, I have a autoimmune, and I don't like to talk about health or medical stuff on my channel, but I do have an autoimmune disease. I mentioned it once in a Get to Know Me, I think. And it's affecting my eyes. So the organ of choice that it likes to attack are my eyes. So, you know, sometimes when I'm doing my unboxings or if I'm reading things, when I say that I'm blind and I can't see things, pretty much, guys, pretty much. I went from having 20/20 vision to tunnel vision in one eye to all kinds of things. So I can see, but it scares me that I'm gonna wake up one day and it's gonna be lights out. And if I get too stressed, like if my body gets stressed, if I work too much overtime or something, it'll give me a flare up and it messes with my eyes. So I do have to be very careful, and I'm hoping that when I'm 80 years old, I can see. Because if not, that's definitely going to be something that I miss. This multi-placer, the single in the middle, it's grabbing the two and not wanting to let go. It's making me mad. Okay, so I'll put the questions to the side for a second. Stretch my back. What can I talk about, guys? This weekend's a 3-day weekend, and I will be working on Monday. I signed up for that holiday. I try to get my Like all the little holidays, I don't mind working. But the bigger ones like Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff, I don't want to have to work those ones because, you know, I cook and super busy. So I volunteer for all the other ones. When my mom was still alive and she was doing the meals, I worked, but because, like I said, because I'm in charge now, I request the time off. So this weekend, I do want to, you guys, I'm stuck on my Distracted by Diamonds, my mermaid. I'm just stuck on her. I only have like one row left to do across the bottom, but I just can't get her done. And I want to finish her so that I can do a review and show you guys how the sparklers are the square sparklers from DP with sparklers are doing in that canvas. They're working out really well. So hopefully I can work on that this weekend, but I don't have any other plans. I did do a couple of videos today. I had a day or two off of making videos, but anytime I take time off, I do miss it. I don't know why. I get addicted, I guess. It's time to make a video. Okay. I was thinking about doing a how-to tutorial on how to make the tin, or any tin. I'll show you my nifty tool bag here. You guys are, oh, well this one's the, remember when I told you that I did the Distracted by Diamonds one? Well, because that's the one I'm working on and it's in my tool case, I did swap out all my stuff and put it in the tin. So I have my glue dots, my mini washi tape for my multi-placer and single placer if needed, and then extra multi-placer. But if you guys want to learn how to make a tin, I didn't do anything on the bottom with this one, just the inside. We can do a video and I'll take my time and show you guys, you know, some tricks, tips and tricks. So let me know down below if that's something you'd like to see. Okay, let's move to the questions. I don't have any complaints about, this is my first Kotart. I don't have any complaints about the drills or anything. They seem to be alright. I don't really see any trash in there. Well, but this is also the kit that had a bunch of, some of the drills had stragglers. One bag looked like chocolate chip cookies. Okay, let's move to the next one. It says, come up with a new Olympic sport in which you would definitely medal. Oh my gosh. What would I medal for? An Olympic sport? What kind of what kind of questions? What are they doing to me? Okay, I gotta think on that one. Let me put the question there. I gotta think. What's an Olympic sport that I could medal in? I don't know anything that I'm really all that good at that deserves a medal. Let's see. Oh, I do. Well, it's not a sport, but if they had anything with patience, like put me in a room with screaming kids or something, I'm good at that. I could definitely get a medal for having patience. You guys, I'm married to someone that crashes his car into everything. Everything, whether it's moving or not. I have so many stories. I used to tell my coworkers when we were working in the office, I'd have to update them on all the stories, because I always had one of my husband and the things that he would do. So I would definitely medal for patience if that was a sport. Am I cheating? Is that a sport? That could be a sport. Put somebody in a room and see how much patience they have. There you go. That's a sport. Okay. There we go. And it says, imagine we all had to start over on Mars, and you were responsible for choosing who gets to be part of humanity 2.0. How would you decide on who to accept? Okay, I need a sip of coffee. I think this should be a drinking game. Or at least have a few in you. This might be easy for you guys. I don't know why I find this so challenging for me. How would I choose who goes to Mars? Well, non-violent people. No thieves, no liars. I don't want to say no criminals because don't get me wrong. I don't believe in criminal activity, but there is, sometimes it's small, like a hot check or something because you had to feed your kids or whatever it might be. So it wouldn't be for like small crime stuff, but big crime stuff. So big criminals, thieves and liars. I don't want to say drug addicts because, they weren't always an addict. And sometimes people can change. Not all the time, unfortunately, but there's hope. Sometimes they do change. Okay. All right, next question. Have you ever felt differently about a person after you had dreamt about them? I don't know. Let's see. I know that if I have a dream, my husband... You guys, I'm not the wife that if my husband looks at somebody or looks at TV, I don't get mad about it. I know that there's some people out there that do and think it's disrespectful and all that stuff. But we've been together, golly, 15 years, I think now. Something like that. And we're best friends. And we were friends before, like best friends before we got together. So our relationship is a little bit different. But I'm not gonna lie, I've had dreams that he's cheated on me. And then I wake up mad at him. Because I think my dream is trying to tell me something. And it's not, it's just, but I will get mad at him for that. I don't know why. So, yeah, my dream will make me look at my husband as a cheater. Or, like if I have a dream somebody's pregnant, I have to see if they're pregnant. I'm never right, but... Okay. Let's see. What's one thing your exes probably miss about you? This, I gotta keep the channel appropriate, guys. So, I'm not gonna say the first thing that comes to my mind. But, I don't know, maybe just, my ex, you guys, he's not dating anybody. And he's my kid's dad. All 3 of my kids are from the same guy, and I was with him from 17 to 30, and we're still in each other's life. We still do all the holidays. We're a combined family between his family and my family ever since my kids were little. And when we separated, like, my kids have never had a holiday without one of their parents or their grandpas or grandmas from either side. And so for him, I mean, maybe just having somebody there. I feel for him. But he's a shy guy. And, you know, when we got together, he was 22 and I was 17. We're both young. But, like, he was super shy back then. And he's still shy. And I feel like that prevents him from dating people. But I really I'm hoping that he finds somebody. Because I don't like that he's alone, you know. So, yeah, I would just say probably companion or like somebody there. All right, next question. What's a character trait you hope you'd never pass down to your kids? Oh, my poor kids. They've already got so many things from me. They were so many things, like all three of them. My daughter has it worse. But they all have, like, my personality, and they've got a lot of me and their dad. My daughter's got scoliosis. That came from me. One thing, though, I do hope is that they don't get my autoimmune. But from what I'm told, it's not hereditary. But I'd hate for that to happen. I could be pretty loud and crazy. My kids have that, all three of them. I could be goofy and embarrassing. They don't have that. I don't know that there's a trait. Sometimes I could be lazy, but sometimes they're lazy, so they probably already have that. They do have good working ethics, though. They get that from me and their dad, and I'm proud of that. I don't know. I can't really say, because to be honest, it's too late. They already got it. Okay. Okay, next question. Describe a moment that made you feel like a real grown-up. Huh. I gotta think back from when I was younger. What would that be? I gotta think back to the day, guys. Back to the day. Probably, I would say probably when I got my first apartment. Me and my husband were just dating at the time, boyfriend and girlfriend. When we got together, he had a duplex with roommates, and we lived there together, or I moved in with him, and we lived there together for a few months, and then we ended up getting our own apartment, and we always had our own place after that ever since. But I think when we finally got our own place and I got to decorate it and do all those things, I think that's when I felt like a grown up. Okay, next question. It's your final 24 hours on Earth. You're in great shape and have limitless funds. What do you do? Oh, man. Well, if I had 24 hours and unlimited funds, I'd make sure my family was taken care of first. Like, pay my dad's... Well, the land's already paid off, but pay off his house and truck. I'd make sure that everybody around me, they'd be debt-free. That's what I would do. I wouldn't worry so much about me. I'd probably eat something good, like some seafood. I'd be eating seafood and paying everybody's bills. That's what I'd do. If you guys hear movie, you guys are watching a Christmas movie. I don't have the copyrights. But I am watching a Christmas movie, although we're in January. So if you hear that in the background, sorry. If I don't put TV on in the background at a low volume, I echo because I don't have carpet in my apartment, except for my bedroom. So it gets real echoey in here. So I just put the TV down low for background sound. Alright, next question. What superpowers are probably more inconvenient than they are useful? Ooh. If you could see through clothes. You know, like, it might be fun at first, but you're probably going to see a whole lot of crap you don't want to see. So, seeing through things. If you were invisible, then that would suck because nobody could see you. Like, I wouldn't want that either. But I would say, like, if you could see through things, or if you could read people's mind, that would suck too, right? Because then, like, you could be sitting there having a conversation with somebody and they could be saying some messed up stuff, and the whole time you know exactly what they're saying. Like, I don't know, that'd be messed up too, because there's no way around that. And then you just wouldn't look at the person the same after that. Okay. Alright guys, we're moving along. We're getting the whites done right here. This whole section we've gotten done so far. Next question. How would you spend your time if you turned invincible for a week? See, there we go with the invincible. If I was invincible for a week, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, I'd probably go places you're not supposed to. Like, you could go you could go to a museum when they shut the doors, and then you have all night to yourself in quietness, and you could just walk around and look at everything. You could do that anywhere. Anything that you wanted to really see and enjoy without hundreds of people interrupting and all the loud noises and stuff, that would be fun. Or like people watching, just walk around and eavesdropping on everybody's conversation, that'd be fun too. I wouldn't do it to any of my family and friends because I feel like that's invading privacy, and I know them and I probably wouldn't want to see or hear shit, so I just prefer not to. I do it to strangers though. Okay. Okay. Next question. Who and what should never be trapped? Wait. Who and what should you never be trapped with inside an elevator? Who and what? Oh, they're talking about like a bat and your ex or something. This is a good question. I don't have any enemies though. Should you never be, who and what, who and what, who and what? See, I guess that could go either way. That could be like, you know, me and my sister and a bunch of cheesecake, because we'd be eating it. Or like if you had an enemy, you'd want to have some type of weapon in there so you could beat the crap out of them. But I don't, you know, I don't have an enemy or anything. Like, there's nobody that I'd like to beat up in life. Not yet anyways. I mean, that might change one day. Oh, I'm 45 years old, guys. I don't think I'm going to want to beat anybody up. I'm a little too old for that, but Um, yeah, I would say like an example would just be like me and my sister and cheesecake, because we'd be eating it, and I don't know, or seafood. We'd both be eating seafood. But you'd want to be eating it fast if you're stuck in an elevator. I don't know how long it's going to last for. This multiplacer's driving me nuts, guys. It's driving me nuts. Just working with it. Just working with it. Okay. Alright. Next question. If you had to come up with a new class that everyone is required to take in school, what would it be? I miss home economics, guys. I don't know that they still do that. But back in the day, we learned how to cook and learned how to sew, boys and girls. And you should know how to, I mean, sometimes kids don't have parents at home that have the time to show them how to do these things. And I think that they definitely should. So I'd say home economics, only because I think that they took that away. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they did. Manners. Everybody could use it, you know, maybe if we teach them early. And I'm sure there's some other things I could think of, but because I'm on the spot, it's hard to think. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Who's one influential figure you wish you could make 100 clones of? My mom. For sure. My mom was a really cool person, and you know, growing up, even when me and my sister weren't home, me and the middle sister we're only 18 months apart, so our circle of friends were all the same. And my mom was an adult that you could talk to. She wasn't like one of the cool moms where you want to go spend the night at her house because she's going to let us do whatever we wanted to. No. We had rules and curfew and all that stuff. But my mom was a cool mom in the sense that, like, she was an adult figure for my friends, and we were all, you know, high school, middle school and high school. My friends would confide in my mom because she was an adult that they could talk to, and she never judged them no matter what the issue was. But she was an adult figure that would give them good adult advice when they needed it. And you know, they would go see her sometimes when we weren't even home. So you know, you have high school kids that could be out running around doing mischief, and instead they'd go hang out at my house and talk with my mom on the porch or whatever, you know. She was really cool. She left her mark. She was never into social media or anything, but you know, anybody that ever met my mom, it stuck with them. She was cool people. Another question. If everyone had to decide on their career path at age 6, what would your life look like now? Oh man, well, probably cosmetology. When I was younger, I was always into the fake hair and makeup, and not fake hair, fake nails and makeup, and I didn't, you know, I was too young. My mom didn't get me makeup or anything, obviously. But I would cut my Barbie's hair. I would color it with food coloring. I put food coloring in my hair. I took seashells one time and used Elmer's glue and put seashells on my fingernails because I was trying to have fake fingernails. And I was real into, I mean, if I was smart, I would have took cosmetology in high school. We had that program at my high school, but I was in auto mechanics. I took all kinds of crazy other stuff, but never took cosmetology. And then, you know, when I was in my early 20s, I thought about doing it, never did because I had kids. And then, sorry, I'm having some popping going on right here. Never did because I had kids, and now, like, at my age, my back hurts. I couldn't, there's no way, because, you know, with my scoliosis and my age and everything, I couldn't stand or see, in that matter. Like, it's hard for me to do makeup now. It's easier on other people, but, I mean, it's hard trying to wear glasses and putting on eyebrows, you know what I mean? So I would say at 6, I probably would have picked cosmetology, something in makeup, for sure. All right, one more question. Let's see. If you didn't have to sleep every night, what would you do with all the extra time? All that extra time. I would be doing this. Diamond painting. I sure would. YouTube. I'd be watching YouTube videos. And diamond painting. That's what I usually do on my spare time. Which I used to not. Before I just watched TV until the pandemic came and, you know, I had to start working from home. Which I'm thankful for. I don't mean for that to sound, you know, any certain way. But when you're stuck at home, especially being in an apartment, it's not like I have a yard or anything like that. When you're stuck at home and you work from home, everything's from home, it just starts to get to you. So this was a nice way to kind of block my brain a little bit from it. Okay. All right, let's do, I keep saying one more, but let's do one more. When you were a child, how did you imagine adulthood, and how does that compare to reality? I don't know. My mom we grew up in the country, and we had a few neighbors, but, you know, they were distant. Nobody was close at the time out there. Now all the houses, in that same neighborhood, there's so many houses out there, but back in the day it wasn't. But we, you know, we're always down at the lake or at somebody's house. And so back then, adulthood looked like fun. Plus it was the 80s. Guys, if I could be an adult in the 80s, oh man. I love the 80s music. I like 80s movies. Madonna was a thing for me back in the day. So, I mean, is the 80s an era? I wonder. Because I would go there. But it just, when I'm looking back at being younger, looking forward as an, you know, forward at the adults back then, I put myself in the 80s where everybody was having fun and dressing fun and lots of makeup and hair, but I was just too young for all that stuff. But it sure would be fun. We're already coming up close to an hour, guys. I can't believe it. So let me know in the comments below. I didn't draw any bad cards, guys. We made it through this canvas so far, which, to be honest, my goal is I want to be able to answer this whole deck of cards. Now, I do get stumped and I don't know what I'm answering at times. But I'd like to continue doing this during my WIP So's until we finish the deck. And I don't know, see how it goes. So make sure to give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment below if you'd like to see me doing this again with the cards, or no, you don't want to see this again, or whatever, you know, if there was some questions in here that I answered wrong, or something that you think I should know that, you know, was one of your answers, leave them in the comments below. But I think I'm gonna wrap this one up, guys. So again, thank you to all my subscribers, guys. We're almost to 200. I gotta come up and be creative. Like I said, just did so many giveaways last month. It's hard being creative and coming up with ideas, but I'll come up with something. So again, thank you guys. I appreciate all of you. Hope you guys have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.